All right, so here we are. We have everything in place. All we need really is the ad copy, right? So we have the structure, the isolation, the exploration campaigns. The ad copy, quite honestly, was built a while ago because it's part of that build. But I wanted to save ad copy for last, just to give it more time and attention and to talk about it because it's very important. There are different ways to go about this without a doubt. But when you're doing ad copy, the first thing that we do for physical therapy practices is we look at the website, right? Because we want, remember, going back to the quality score formula, we want ad relevancy. We want ad relevancy all the way from the query when somebody's putting in a search into Google, search term or search query, and that triggers the ad copy, right? So the ad copy should then match whatever somebody is searching for, and that's why we have the granular thematic ad groups. But then when they get to the landing page, that copy should also match. So it's a question a lot of times: do we send traffic to the homepage, or do we send traffic separately to a sub page, a landing page, or it could be a page that's built completely in a different, maybe Unbounce or Instapage or something like that. And it really depends, again, on what your requirements are, preferences, etc. In this particular case for Paragon, we're testing different pages, right? So we want to see exactly, and we're looking at engagement metrics. So how did the landing pages or the homepage perform when they're A/B tested against each other, for example? And you can get really, really fancy with this. You can use Google Optimize, which is free, and you can do all kinds of different A/B testing. There's so many different options that's a completely different video. Maybe I'll do that at some point. But today we're just going to talk about looking at the landing page or the home page and saying, okay, what is the content for the destination URL? What is the content that's on this particular website? Let's make sure that we incorporate some of it into the ads so that we have ad relevancy, again, all the way from the query to the landing page. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to jump into the account. We'll talk about something separately here in a second. So in addition to looking at the landing page and incorporating a lot of the content from the landing page into your headlines, and a lot of times you have to repurpose, right? Because the headlines within Google Ads has a 30-character limitation, and you're also building descriptions, by the way. So you have 4 different 90-character descriptions. But once you incorporate the language from the landing page into the ad copy, then you also want to see what competitors are doing. Now, there are tools out there, SEMrush is one of them, SpyFu, that allow you to be able to see what competitors are doing. But from my perspective, it's like you don't really need that for PPC because you have so many tools that are built right into Google Ads. And this is a perfect example of that. It's called the Ad Preview and Diagnostic tool. What you do is you just go to Tools and Settings and you just select it right from the planning section. And this allows you to be able to plug in or do searches in areas. You could actually transport yourself, right, to wherever the search is happening. So in this case, we're saying, okay, I want to search from Robbinsville Township, New Jersey, and I want to do a search for physical therapists near me and see what that looks like. And I can change this from mobile to tablet or desktop. I can see a bunch of different formats for the search results. In this particular case, I'm just looking at mobile. And every time you do the search, by the way, it will actually change. Like, it won't always show up at the top. Sometimes it'll show up at the bottom. There's different. Google is continuously moving and changing the ad formats in the search results. A lot of times, just as a quick aside, if you're searching on Google and doing a search over and over again, Google will stop showing your ad because it's going, nobody's clicking on this, so I'm going to stop showing it. Okay, so be careful about testing things in the live Google environment. But here in the Ad Preview and Diagnosis tool, you can do a bunch of different queries, right? Like physical therapist near me, and I can see down here that the ad is indeed showing up. Where are you? Right here, okay? But I can also see competitors, right? So this is Next Level. And Next Level was showing up when we were looking at search terms early on in the process of looking at search terms. What's coming into the account, Next Level was triggering ads at one point. So we know that people are searching for Next Level, and a lot of times they're actually turning into conversions for Paragon. So we want to look at competing ad copy. We're not going to blatantly just copy what anybody is doing. There's no way that we'd ever do that, right? But you want to just get some ideas, see if you can borrow and improve, right? There's definitely a process to that. Why reinvent the wheel? Make the wheel even better, right? So make sure you're doing searches, a whole bunch of different searches in the area that you're doing business, and see what the competitors are saying. How are they communicating with your same target audience, and make it even better, and also incorporate that into your ad copy. That, along with the relevancy of the landing page, is a powerful way to create ad copy that really, really works for you and gets your quality scores where they need to be, and gets, more importantly, the conversions where they need to be over time. Okay, so once we have done that research, where does that go, right? So what we're not doing is we're not building ads on the fly, haphazardly, ad group by ad group within the live account. No way. So what we're doing is actually creating it in that same Google Sheets document. So again, look in the description below, because I'm going to link to this, and you can feel free to use this as a tool. It's not perfect by any means, but it definitely allows us to be able to rapidly create and deploy Google Ads ad copy. Okay, so we have, you can see here, campaign, ad group. Again, this came over from the keyword build. So just to go backwards in time, remember we built our keywords with this other tool, right? So this is where we established the campaign names in the ad groups. Once we did the keywords, then we started on actually creating the responsive search ads within the Google Sheets document. We just basically copy over campaign and ad group. We have that hierarchy in place, and then we go headline by headline, right? So we got headline 1, and I'm going to scroll over. You're going to see that there's 15 different headlines, right? So we build it out here. We do it because it's really easy to organize this way, and it's easy once you have your pattern, like you know what your headlines are going to be for the most part. A lot of these headlines will repeat themselves. We will make maybe headline 1, or maybe even headline 1 or headline 2 very unique to the ad group, but most of it is repeating because these are unique selling propositions a lot of times from the company, or features, benefits, trust signals, or whatever. So we just repeat those over and over again, and by doing this in a Google Sheets document, it just makes it so easy because you just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. In addition, when you're typing it out for the first time, there is a character counter, so it allows you to see in real time that you're not exceeding the 30 character limitation. And then over here, of course, the descriptions, right? So the 4 different descriptions, there's a 90 character limitation on that, so it allows you to build these things out. And then once you have the description's perfect, you know, what you want, then you just copy and paste all the way down for every single ad group. It just makes it so much easier. And then if you're testing different landing pages, of course, you can just plug in the final URLs. You can see here, this one is for chiropractor, so it's another service, but sports, this one goes to the sports chiropractor section, right? And some of them go right to the homepage. So again, this is about the testing that we're doing to make sure that we're always driving the person. So not only we're testing ad copy, but we're testing landing pages, right? And that should be part of the deployment of ad copy as well, all right? I think that's it for the ad copy. You know, I know there's a lot here, but in order to do this right, there has to be a process in place. Everything that we do, by the way, is checklist driven. It has to be. But you know, you just go through this and make sure you do it right. There's research that has to be done, of course. If it's too much for you, I mean, like I said before, we can definitely help. Just reach out. You know, the link is in the description. We do this stuff all day long, so you can focus on running your business. But hopefully this has been helpful. And I really appreciate your time as we go through this entire process of building out highly profitable campaigns for physical therapy practices. Now, I will be adding another video because everything is so brand new right now that we just deployed the isolation campaign. We just deployed the exploration campaign. I will be doing another video later once we have enough data in the account and we start accumulating the conversions and the isolation. I'll do another video about what it looks like once we move it into the exploration campaign, because that's where it really gets fascinating. You're able to see exactly how Google takes those seed keywords from the isolation isolation campaign and starts targeting more long tail searches. And again, Google's looking at high intent searches. And that's where you really get to scale out your account by harnessing the power of Target CPA with maximized conversions. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging in. And again, please give it a thumbs up here because we're just starting out. So I'd really appreciate it. All right. Have a good day.